Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And here is another similar scenario, of course. In this case, as you see in the headline, there was another container ship, or a container ship, that reportedly lost power in the NYC harbor right before Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Now, in this situation, they said they were able to regain power before anything, drastic or bad could happen. But it's interesting that, like we've mentioned before, and you can even try to experiment this for yourself. If you pay attention, you'll start to see that every so often, a a situation arises, and then it becomes like a trend. All of a sudden, all you hear about are this kind of situation and similar ones. Okay, from the supply chain blockage to just everything that pretty much happens. It happens in one area, and then all of a sudden, this is like the new thing that just happens, and we gotta watch out for it. And it's a tactic used to prime the people. Okay, to get them normalize it in their minds that this is something that can happen. But I mean, for all these years now all of a sudden, the same kind of thing. Ships are losing power. What's going on there? Typically it's like the beginning of some narrative that's trying to be formed. Okay, especially when they seem like they come out of nowhere. So let's read a little bit here. It says a massive container ship reportedly lost power on the upper New York Bay just before the Verrazano Narrows Bridge connecting the New York City boroughs of Staten Island and Brooklyn. And that would have been pretty bad, huh? According to Captain John Conrad, CEO of G Captain, a New York City tugboat captain informed him that the 354-meter container ship ALP Qingdao lost power while transiting the New York harbor. They had 3 escort tugs, but 3 more were needed to bring her under control. They regained power and were brought to anchor near the Verrazano Bridge, the tugboat captain told Conrad. Okay, and that's, like I said, that's another close call, right? This looks similar to the situation that happened with Baltimore, except they weren't able to regain power before crashing into that bridge, apparently. At least that's a story that's out. Okay, so here's another situation. Now, this wasn't really broadcasted, a lot because it didn't hit the bridge. But who's to say that another situation like this doesn't happen, where all of a sudden, ships are losing power at critical moments, and it's leading to these different things that are going on here. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Adding validity to Conrad's report, and these create bottlenecks that can be very troublesome, for the people. As a matter of fact, let me see, cities shall be troubled. I think that there's a precept for this in the Apocrypha. All right, bottlenecks that will trouble the people. There it is, 2nd Esdras 15, and let me see what it says here in 18, because remember that when you initially think of transportation or travel, for example, you have like bridges, roads, and all of these things. But typically when people immediately think of these things, they think of just like the main avenue of traveling, which is I'm trying to go from one place to another. But it's you tend to forget that traveling isn't just you moving from one place to another, but it's not, those roads are also for things that need to be transported from one area to another. So if a bridge collapses, it's not just, oh damn, I can't, like, let's say the George Washington Bridge collapses. It's not just, oh, I can't get from here to this area. It's that, okay, well, not only can I not get from here to area X, but if there's anything coming from area X that needs to be brought over here, it can't come here either. Then that creates another problem for you. Now you can't go there, but now you can't get the stuff that are supposed to come from there. And when they lock, and that's why we always say the cities are the worst place, because it's so congested. It's literally like a maze. All right. And once they block off, and the only ways out are pretty much like limited. There's specific routes that you have to go through to leave this maze. And if those routes get blocked off, let's actually jump there real quick. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And that's exactly what's going on. Even in the face of danger, these people joke and clown and are prideful. A couple of years ago, when Trump ordered the assassination of the Iranian general, right? You had World War III trending, but you know what majority of what followed suit after that? Memes. Oh, me when the troops come, or me when they're trying to draft me to World War III, all these things. And that's pretty much what this like meme culture has created. It has created mirth and folly. Matter of fact, real quick, let's get that. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. See, so that folly, which is all people know today, with these memes and with social media and all of that, that's actually what they prioritize. And it's set in great dignity. That's what's most popular. If you look at a lot of people that become popular instantly, especially on things like social media platforms, it's not engineers or construction workers or pilots or people that are actually doing meaningful things. For the most part, it's either somebody that knows how to play a certain video game very well, somebody that's very funny because they make like certain funny videos, or they make certain skits, or they post certain pictures and with captions on a website that can make you laugh. Those are the people that are known, or women that are dressed inappropriately with OnlyFans. If you want to see a chick, you want to see somebody get viral very quickly, let them start an OnlyFans page. If they're a chick and they look halfway decent, they'll go from I don't know 10K to like 1.5 million in maybe less than a week, and they'll have other pages sharing their content. So these are the things that are set in great dignity, and you know that because when you look at the follower count for the different kinds of pages, it gives you a sense of where the mind of the people are. And then when you for those that are prudent enough, you realize that it's actually not even stemming from the people, but rather from what they're being fed through the media, through the environment, through advertisement, and all of that. Okay, and it goes to show what great deal of damage that as it says, the error which proceeded from the ruler, all right, has happened to this place. Okay, they've influenced the people to where this is where people's minds are, drawn to, and this is what's set in great dignity. Okay, so going back to 2 Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Because they're so proud, they don't realize the actual danger in the stupidity that they're exalting. And when you try to tell them, they brush it aside or mock it, or it's the last thing. They don't even want to hear it. Because in their minds, they think things are going to continue on just like that. Like nothing is ever going to happen. Like this world is going to remain in this dormant cycle. But if you're paying attention, even without any major prophecies taking place, the world is not in a dormant cycle. The world is gradually shifting towards a certain kind of prison, that if you're paying attention, you'll be able to see. But people get desensitized along with it. Every time something new comes out, they get more and more desensitized. So they change with it. And as they change with it, they don't realize that it's actually changing. Okay, and that's why we got to leave the world behind, because if you stay with it, you're going to change with it. And if you change with it, you're going to be destroyed with it. All right. It says here, the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So the cities are going to be troubled. When you can't get food coming in and nothing is going out, Imagine being blocked in the city, and then like in I Am Legend, and then some deadly pathogen is released. Okay, or some natural disaster that splits the ground so wide you can't even cross from one area to another, taking down power lines, taking down radio towers. Now you stuck, hungry, and alone. And that's when that pride is going to cease. And that's when people are going to be troubled. Because guess what? When it says that the cities shall be troubled, it's not the actual buildings that are going to be troubled. It's not the chairs or the cars that are going to be crying out and saying, damn, I'm going through it right now. It's the people dwelling in the cities. And they're going to be troubled to the point where eventually, like it says, there shall be 10 left of a city. Okay, so now let's go to, let me actually bring this out since I'm here. Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 15. And as it reads, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Why? Because anything, especially at this point, anything, whether it seems big at first or it seems small at first, can easily transpire or grow into something major. It only takes a slight breeze to push the first domino down, and look at how much damage it can do. Because once the first one falls, if all the pieces have been set up correctly, everything is falling. Everything is falling, and it doesn't take that much. It doesn't take much to be able to push the first one down, and then everything goes with it. And guess what? These people have no clue. They're getting ready for summer. The weather's getting nice out. More faces are coming out. That's the thing. That's the theme. Anyway, I'm see if there's anything more. Right, and so situations like this, right? They don't like the scriptures say, a prudent man looketh well into his goings. The average individual doesn't look well into their goings, so they don't stop to think, what are the downstream impacts? You always have to consider the downstream impacts. Okay, what are the downstream impacts of something like this actually happening? Right? What if this ship actually hit that bridge? Well, how would that affect you? Oh, that's just a bridge that got hit. It isn't until it starts to hit home, then you start to realize, oh, damn, that was a bit more than just a bridge that got hit. And they won't understand that until, once again, they're in it. So let's read this actually here. It says, the collapse of the Baltimore Bridge has sparked discussions in corporate media about America's vulnerable infrastructure. Within government, high-level officials are likely concerned about terrorists crippling the nation through a series of infrastructure attacks. And they've been mentioning this for a while now. So people know that this is a possibility. So it's not going to be a shock to anybody. Well, it will be, but not on the level that they don't want it to be. Meaning you already know that this is possible. So if something goes down, your mind can immediately go to whatever they've been pointing it towards. Maybe it's time for the U.S. government vet all foreign crews of commercial vessels entering America's waters. Yeah, who knows? Okay, but the FBI was also warning. They're saying that with the so-called terrorist attacks in Moscow and Iran and all of that, and the different locations by ISIS, they may be turning their attention here to target large crowds and all of those kinds of things. And then guess what? With the eclipse later today, you have a lot of people that are gathering, in particular areas so they can see it. So, I mean, anything could happen, but we got to watch and see. Okay, be circumspect and pray to the Heavenly Father and stay in the Spirit as best as you can. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.